Hey guys, I'm back and it's time for another video. And this time we're talking about finding the gold in the green. And what I mean by that is the green label qualified books. Now, some people steer away from these books, which is beneficial for me because I don't have a problem with qualified books, as I said before in other videos. To me, there's like five different ways a book can be qualified, and two of them I don't bother with, but three out of the five I will actually purchase. And the first one that I know of, that the reason why you can be qualified is, I believe it's like if it's a pop staple, and or like a wrap is not wrapped in the book or whatever, like a page in the book is unwrapped, like a whole layer of it, and that'll cause you to be qualified. And I don't get those kind of books because I want the book to be intact. I mean, as like with the staples and everything there. Uh, the second one that I know of is where the book is just qualified, where it's incomplete, like a page is missing or something like just basically like a page is missing where you can't read the whole story all the way through. So it's like that is an incomplete qualified. So it's still like that you might have the cover, but like inside the book you can't read the whole actual story. So we're gonna talk about the other three qualified grades that you can get, as well as I have an unboxing, as you can see right here, that we're gonna open up. That it's a kind of I would call it a modern Grail for a lot of people. So I picked that up, but let's get to the discussion on the other three ways that you can have a qualified grade, but actually get a really good book out of the deal anyway. Now everybody's seen this book over here. This is that's my Avengers #4. It's a 1.5 qualified, and this book is qualified, as I've said in other statements before, because the cover is married to the book. And let me see if you can see that there. See, tape on cover, interior, and interior cover. So the person that owned this book before me took the cover and married it to the book to make it a complete book, or as some cases it can be just like another cover from another book put on a book to make it a whole book completely. But like I said, that is another way you can get a qualified grade, is if you have a married cover to a book. Now, whenever I originally got this book, I could read it from front to back. The book is complete. I could crack it open right now and read it like like any other book that you have in your collection. But I'm not going to do that because I already got it graded and I'm going to leave it the way it is. But that is, to me, a purchasable book where you could just purchase this book. A married cover, it's not like the best thing to have, but it's not the worst thing that can have. So that is another, a good book that you could have. Now, this book in the middle right here, this is my Captain America 100. I recently showed this in a video. And this book is qualified at an 8.0. And as you can see, let me see. Hold on. As you can see, coupon cut out of page 15 does not affect the story, incomplete. So what that means is that somebody cut out a coupon in this book which did not affect the story, so I could crack this slab open and read this Captain America 100 from front to back without any interruptions in the story, but just it would have a page where there would be a coupon missing in it. So that made it a qualified grade, but it's still an 8.0 book. It's just a qualified grade because the coupon is missing out of the page, but it does not affect the story. So, like I said, you can read it from front to back. And that's what my main thing is when I get a qualified book, is the fact that I'd be able to read the book. If I was able to unslab it, or if I wanted to unslab it, I could read the book from front to back without interrupting the story, which I can do on my Avengers number 4, and I can do on this Captain America 100. Now, the last and final way that you can get a qualified grade, and there might be another way you can get a qualified grade. I'm not sure. If you know, leave a note in the comments if you know. But the last one that I know of is if you have a book signed, which I have this Magneto number 1, and it's signed by Cullen Bunn, but it was not witnessed by CGC. So on the label it says name written on cover and marker. So that right there is another way you can get a qualified grade book. This book is a 9.6, and it can be read, as I said, from front to back without any problems. So what I mean when I say finding the gold in the green, this is the gold in the green. This is what I'm talking about. Like books that are there, even though it's a green label, it's there. You can read the book. You can open up the book, read it from front to back. The grades are consistent. Like this is a 9.6. It just has a name written on it in marker of the writer. This one, coupon missing out of it. Just like if you had a Hulk 181 and they took out the Marvel value stamp, it would be a qualified grade, just like this one. But this is an 8.0. And people pass up on these books, and that's their right to if they want to. But to me, an 8.0 Captain America 100, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to, like, I looked at those prices on that on eBay, and I just came across this one, and it was like way, way, way cheaper than a Universal label one, but it's still the same book. So it's like, I don't understand that, but it benefits me. So if it's going to benefit me, I'll go ahead with it. So let's get down to opening up the box that I received today. And like I said, this is a book that is what some would consider a modern Grail. It's a pretty hot book. Everybody's, either heard of the book or they want to get their hands on this book. It's starting to heat up. There's talks of movie talk and other stuff like that. Now, just give me a second, and I will open the box, and I'll show you what I picked up. But like I said before, there is gold in the green. So just give me 1 second, and I'll get this open, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got the box open, and I'm back. Now, when I say there's gold in the green, alright, now, and I said this is a kind of a modern Grail book for a lot of people, and this is one of the books that I also tried to find when I first came back to collecting after Dallas Fan Expo. So, and like I said, this book is heating up. There's talks of a movie. There is also in the works a R-rated cartoon. And if you don't know what book I'm talking about, then let me just show you. This is Invincible number 1, and you can tell it's the actual number 1 because it has the actual barcode down there in the bottom. So it is Invincible number 1. It is an 8.5, as you can see right there. Now it's qualified. Now why is it qualified? Now I just discussed this a second ago. As you can see, there is what it says up here to be name written on cover and marker, qualified. And if you can tell whose signature that is, and which we should all know, that is Robert Kirkman's signature on this book. So this is a signed Invincible number 1. Now, people passed up on this book on eBay because it was qualified in 8.5. So you tell me if you think there's gold in the green, because I believe it to be, because I now own Invincible #1 in an 8.5, already signed by Robert Kirkman. Now, I could also open this up, read it from front to back, and send this book into CBCS and have the signature authenticated by them and get a red label. And it would still probably be an 8.5, or if I got it pressed, maybe it'd go up to a 9, who knows. But I have that one. And let me move this Magneto #1 right here. And you know I already have Invincible #2 in a 9.6. So let's take focus off of that for a second. So those two books, I have Invincible #1 signed by Robert Kirkman, qualified, green label 8.5, only because it has a signature of Robert Kirkman on the cover. The guy I bought it from said that he got it signed at New York Comic Con, I believe it was, and he got it signed before there was a CGC witness around, and he didn't realize it, that he had to have a CGC witness. But it is signed by Robert Kirkman. So now, since it was a green label, you know, he got it graded or whatever, it was green label, and he just wanted to sell it. So I wanted it, I bought it, and now I have 1 and 2, which are, you know, like I said, there's going to be an Amazon rated R cartoon coming out. Seth Rogen is in the works making a movie for this. So this book's about to pretty much heat up. I mean, it's already hot because it's a lot of people love Invincible. It's a low print run. Like I said, when I got this one, #2 over here, you know, I paid a little bit of money for it, but it was worth it to come back in 9.6. And I got a steal of a deal on this one, 8.5. And it's signed by Robert Kirkman, so, you know, I couldn't ask for anything more. And at the end of the day, if somebody says, you know, ask me, hey, would you buy a qualified book? It just depends on the situation on the book. What is it? You know, what is wrong with the book? You have to read the labels. Don't be scared to ask the person selling the book. You know, is the book complete? Can I read the story from front to back? What's missing in the book? Or is the cover detached? Is there a wrap detached? You have to ask these things when dealing with a qualified book. I know some people prefer, you know, the universal grade. That's fine, you know. But if I can get a deal on a qualified book, then to me that's gold in the green right there. That's what I'm talking about when I say gold in the green. Because I got a Robert Kirkman signed Invincible #1. It's an 8.5. That's a solid grade to me. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, it's like my 9.6 over here, but it's still, this 9.6 is universal, yeah, but it's not signed by Robert Kirkman. And I'm just happy to own this book, and just to let y'all see, you know, that there are ways that you can get books. There are ways that you can get around, you know, paying these high prices. Because I didn't pay a lot for this book because it was qualified, a green label. Because a lot of people stay away from that. Now, just like I said in my other video about this 8.0 Captain America 100, I only paid $130 for this book right here. And these books in 8.0, as I said before in the last video, go from anywhere from $600 to $500. So that to me is gold. I will take that any day of the week. So I'm not arguing with anybody about, you know, hey, you know, I only do, you know, blue labels. That's fine. Do blue labels, you know. I don't like restored labels. So that's, you know, I don't like to do restored labels because to me that feels like somebody took the time to, you know, like if they trim the book, that's, you know, that's going too far for me. You know, you don't do stuff like that to a comic book that you love, or you say you love the character or the story. You don't do that. Or, you know, or if somebody does color touch or whatever, you know, just let the book, you know, be as it is. So that's how, you know, if somebody sits there and says, Oh, I don't do qualified because, it's green label. So what? It's a green label. You still own the book. You can still read the story if you crack it open. At the end of the day, we're collecting how we want to collect. It's our hobby. And if somebody tells you you're doing it wrong, who are they to tell you how to spend your money? Because, like I said, there's gold in the green. You guys have a good one. There's my Avengers #4. My Invincible #1, 8.5, signed by Robert Kirkman right there. And my Invincible #2 and a 9.6. So you guys have a good one. It's been great talking with y'all. You know my motto, low grade is better than no grade, because if you don't got a grade, you can't get in the game. And next time you're on eBay, just take a moment out of your time and look. If you're looking for a certain book and you see that there's a green label one and it's cheap, find out why it's find out why it's qualified. Find out why it's a green label, and see, you might save yourself a couple $100. You never know, because there's always gold in the green. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.